Someone's been watching our videos with BMWs. Ford. Oh, there it is. It's freaking empty, by the way. That's 262. Not bad at all. And a lot of wheel spin. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we've got the all-new Ford Focus ST. A very nice hot hatch to end the day with. It is beautiful weather today, nice and cold, but blue skies with a blue Focus. What could be better? Well, today I'm going to show you around it, show you all the cool new stuff on this ST, because there is a lot. And then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video. And go check us out on Instagram if you like, at AutoTopNL. So let's start with the outside, and that is, well, one of the few problems with this car. I don't think it looks aggressive enough. I don't think it looks like an ST enough, because the Focus is already quite an aggressive looking hatchback, especially at the front. And if you offer an ST line like Ford does, which is already quite sporty, then it's the ST and the RS have to go, you know, even beyond that. And I think that this ST, sure, it has some cool 19-inch wheels and it has a different grille than a regular Ford, an ST badge of course, but I don't know, I don't think it looks aggressive enough, and that's a shame, because they could have done more to make it stand out from the other Ford Focuses or Foci. This they have done correctly though. We've got 19-inch wheels, as I said, with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, which are awesome. Standard is 18-inch, this is an option 19-inch. It's got some very trick new brakes, EBB, it's called electronic brake booster, which means that it always keeps the same pressure no matter the temperatures or the conditions. So that's a clever system by Ford that is introduced on this ST. Other than that, we've got a nice rear spoiler up there, and of course a dual exhaust, which looks kind of raw and unfinished, which I really like. Sort of a rally exhaust look, which is super cool. Two times. Someone's been watching our videos with BMWs. Okay, so underneath here we've got the 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine with a twin scroll turbo, delivering 280 horsepower and 420 newton meters. So this is basically the engine from a Ford Mustang EcoBoost, but then tweaked a little bit and more suitable for this car, of course. But because of all the new regulations with the particle filters and stuff, a lot of the sound has gone, of course. So we have some little pops and bangs, but the engine and the exhaust, you hardly hear them, unfortunately. I think this is performance blue, by the way. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that is the regular color for these Ford performance models. So you can rate the exterior of this car in the top right corner. From 1 to 5, let me know if you agree with me in the comments about this looking not aggressive enough. So we'll take it for a drive, but first, of course, we will take a look at the interior. We've got these awesome Recaro seats with an ST badge up there, Alcantara and leather. Really, really nice seats, very supportive, very snug. Yeah, electrically adjustable as well. You can sit nice and low. Your steering adjustable, also very nice. So your seating position is really, really good, as we're used to in fast Fords. Other than that, yeah, we've got an ST steering wheel with some nice leather on it, but that is it. The materials in this interior are not that great. It's a bit cheap. Don't really like it. So we'll start it up and we'll take it for a drive to see what it's like and to see if they have succeeded in their goal in developing this car, because they wanted to make it as much fun as a Fiesta ST and make it, well, sort of a more grown-up, faster, more practical brother of the Fiesta ST. And that is a big task, because the Fiesta ST is probably the most fun hot hatch you can buy, because it is just all over the place and it really gives you enough confidence and, well, just a lot of feel through your seat. And those two things are really important in a hot hatch, and the fact that you can throw it around and it will waggle its tail, and it's just a lot of fun. So that's what they wanted to go for with this Focus as well. So I'll put it in sport mode. We've got the performance pack on this car. That means that we get this blip, auto blip on the downshift, so you don't have to rev match yourself. That also means that you get a track mode in your system, so we can switch with this button to track mode, which stiffens the dampers, because we also have adaptive dampers for the first time on an ST, which is really nice. Continuously controlled damping, it's called, and it's a new system by Ford which updates the damping every 2 milliseconds, and it checks out all the different sensors like pitch and roll and your inputs, and it changes the damping accordingly, which is pretty clever. With the performance pack you also get a shift light, which I haven't seen yet. Is that the one we couldn't find? Is that the one that was super well hidden? I don't remember. So the engine pulls really nicely. Okay, let's go find that shift light. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's the little ST light right there. It's why is that so small? Okay, look at the bottom left corner. There it is on the rev counter. Okay, so you don't have to get the performance pack for that one. You also get ambient lighting with that package, so I would say that's pretty much a no-brainer to go for that package with the auto blip and the extra driving mode and stuff like that. I mean, just go for it. So the engine sound, as you can hear, is, well, part of it is fake and is directed into the cabin through the speakers. It's not a great sound, don't really like it. It doesn't really seem to match the character of the engine, so it's a bit, yeah. It sounds like it's not supposed to be in this car, or I don't know how to explain it. It sounds off. Other than that, I mean, the stuff you care about is always good in a fast Ford. So your steering rack is so freaking quick, and if you combine that with the electronically controlled mechanical limited slip diff this car has, you have a very nice car on the turn-in, and especially if you accelerate out of a corner, yeah, it controls everything really nicely. You do have a little bit of torque steer, but the limited slip diff really tries to filter out most of that, and succeeds as well, because it's just a little bit, but it's not bad for a 280 horsepower front wheel drive car. So we also have launch control, which means that this car should be able to do 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds. That's very hard to do, especially, you know, it's a bit damp right now, but we'll try it anyway. So you just stop. There's no one behind me, don't worry. You get this launch control right there. Hit this button, full throttle, 3000 RPM, and a lot of wheel spin. And that's 100. So yeah, you need some dry tarmac and a lot of feel in your right foot to be able, and your left foot by the way, to be able to launch this car quickly, because there's a lot of wheel spin. So that quick steering rack, it has there are some pros and cons about that quick steering rack. The pro, of course, is that the car feels super agile, and that is what you want in a hot hatch. But the con is that because it is a bit fake, or I don't know, it feels like it's been put on there to make it feel more agile and to mask other things. So sometimes it feels like you don't really know how much input to give because the rack is so quick and it doesn't really feel natural. But it does mean that the car is much more agile, so I guess, you know, that's a good thing. So damping wise on the Autobahn, that was top speed, I guess. And it's still really nice and comfortable. And this is in sport mode. So no, this is in track mode. This is the hardest setting. So it's 20% more stiff than in sport mode, and still it's really nice. And that is what I take away from driving this car. It is a really, really good all-rounder. It does everything pretty well, and that's very hard to do because your average has to be very high to make you feel like that. It's freaking empty, by the way. That's 262. I don't know what that GPS is, but 263, 264. Top speed was 250, I thought, but 265. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And you can actually flat foot shift with this gearbox. So yeah, that's a good time to demonstrate that when you're on the off-ramp. Good idea, Max. I'll try that later. So you get some crackles on the upshift, as I said, but other than that, there's not much exhaust sound. Okay, so as I said, with this gearbox you can flat foot shift, and that's because it also has an anti-lag system. So my foot is firmly pressed to the floor, and it automatically limits the amount of input you get when you keep your foot fully pressed to the carpet. So that means that the shifts are a bit quicker, and because it has that anti-lag system that will keep your intake open for a bit longer, it means that you know, it picks up quicker as well after your shift. So that's a really good system as well. So we've got those adaptive dampers, we've got those super clever brakes, we've got that anti-lag system, that launch control in a manual gearbox, the flat foot shifting. There is a lot of stuff on this car to make it feel more exciting. But in the end, it's just a very, very good all-rounder. It never gets as exciting as a Fiesta ST. So that's it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking this button right here. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.